Crab King is a proud sponsor of the Autumn Joy Live Show, specializing in gourmet crabs and other seafood-inspired dishes. Experience the taste of great. Crab King. The Autumn Joy Live Show is sponsored by Everything Legendary, where plant-based is oh so good. For more information, visit our website at golegendary.com and follow us on social media.
It's the Autumn Joy Live Show. Autumn Joy Live. It's the Autumn Joy Live Show. Autumn Joy Live. It's the Autumn Joy Live Show. Autumn Joy Live. It's the Autumn Joy Live Show. Autumn Joy Live. What's your favorite TV show? Autumn Joy Live. What's your favorite TV show? Autumn Joy Live.
Whoa! DJ Honey! Hello, y'all! Oh my goodness! How are you all feeling, Live Squad? Y'all good? Aw, I am so excited to be here. Everybody in the audience looks amazing. And can you all believe that the summertime is right around the corner? Are y'all ready for summertime?
Yes.
I mean, yeah, the weather has been amazing here in the DMV. I cannot wait to take my shoes off, soak up some sun and some vitamin D and C. That's S-E-A, because I do plan on going to the beach. We have an amazing show in store for you tonight. Now, it's time to pick up your books and start reading, because it's Prince George's County Arts and Humanities Literacy Month. Now, if you're into makeup and glam like I am, we also have an amazing makeup diva in the house, and one of my favorite household sitcom characters is right here in the house with us. But before we go to a quick commercial break, can y'all please give it up for my favorite DJ, the birthday girl, the queen of Aries, right?
Yes.
I want to make sure, is it still Aries season?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so you were like on a world tour for your birthday. We got to talk about that real quick. How was that?
Actually, I kind of wasn't. I did something at home, so if that's considered a world tour.
Yeah, were you like in different places? Like, did you do a couple of spots, or maybe I'm mixing it up a little bit?
You know, I think you just mixing it up with my career.
You know, that's what it is, because she's always booked and busy, so it's like whenever I see DJ Honey doing something, it's like, yes, girl. But your
Yeah.
birthday was lit, though? You had a good time?
Oh, it was amazing.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Yeah, what you got coming up? Anything we could talk about?
Yes, actually, on April 24th, I am DJing the Free Her rally downtown somewhere. I can't remember exactly, but it's presented by the National Council, and it's for prison.
Oh, yes. Release, yes.
Prison release, yes, for young women and elder women. So I can't wait to do that.
Yes, that's going to be so amazing. I'm probably going to stop by that. It's very near and dear to my heart. I have a very close family member that spent some time in prison, so I definitely want to make sure I support you, of course. DJ Honey, y'all, give it up for my girl. All right, you all, don't go anywhere. We are going to be right back.
It's the Autumn Joy Live Show. Autumn Joy Live. It's the Autumn Joy.
The American Red Cross blood supply is at historically low levels this winter, and we're facing a dangerous situation across the country. Without the blood they need, hospitals may be forced to make tough decisions about patient care. Donors are needed now to ensure blood is available for everyone who needs it when they need it. The good news is, you can help. Make an appointment to give now. Visit redcrossblood.org or call 1-800-RED-CROSS. Patients are counting on you.
All right, welcome back. Right here in Prince George's County, we are celebrating Literacy Arts Month. My first two guests are authors, speakers, publishers, and advocates. Live Squad, let's give some love for Kaya Heb and Michelle Valore. Hi. Welcome. Hello. Hello. Have a seat, ladies. Okay, this is like a full circle moment for you, Michelle, because you came before and you were in the audience.
I was,
and I was
now
like,
I'm here.
I got to get you on my couch, girl.
Yes,
this
girl,
is going to
thank
be
you.
so good.
It's an honor to be here.
Yes, welcome. Okay, so it's Literacy Awareness Month here in Prince George's County, and you both are authors. And I think it's very important for us to touch on that. So, Kai, I want to start with you. You know, as a writer, how important is it for you to make sure that when you're telling your story, you're being as authentic as possible?
That's good.
I think it's, if you believe it, then it's easier for you to tell the story, right? My newest book, My Voice is Bigger Than You, is one of those stories that kind of made me face my truth. And I had to face my reality, which was I wasn't using my voice. And I have this book where I'm telling children, speak up, use your voice. And I wasn't doing that. So the more I started to use my voice and walk in my truth, it was easier for me to sell that story to someone else.
Yeah, and it's so important. You know, how many have kids? Show of hands in the audience, real quick. It's so important for us to teach our children to speak up for themselves, right? Often, so we're taught to stay in a child's place. You know, mind your business. But sometimes they don't need to mind their business because something could be happening serious to them, and we have no way of knowing if we're telling them to be quiet and stay in a child's place. So Michelle, for you, you have a beautiful daughter, Destiny.
Thank you.
She's like my little niece, my little boo.
She never stops talking.
Which again is amazing,
that.
and I love how you embrace that about her.
Yes.
But how important is it for you to make sure that your daughter, who is so inquisitive, that you nurture that?
Yes. So I learned that this past week. I went on vacation with her, and the entire time she was just so curious about the beach. We found these sand dollars. She wanted to know more about that. She wanted to know more about the fish in the ocean because she went snorkeling. And you know, this trip really taught me the importance of allowing her to use her voice and speak, because being curious is a huge thing, but also allowing our kids to know that their voice matters. It's very easy as a parent to be like, hey, you know, calm down, be quiet, but you know, they have something to say for a reason.
Yeah.
And we want it to be a free space. So I think that's really important as parents to let your kids know it's a free space. Of course, there's a time and a place. Like at school, she needs to listen to her teacher and be quiet at times, but also allowing them to know that their voice does matter and giving them the opportunity to do that is really cool to see your kid and like all that they're learning. It's amazing.
I love that. And your book, Girl Thriving, you know, you talk very candidly about, of course, finding your voice, being vulnerable, healing from trauma. So talk about it, because it's more of like a journal.
It's a journal / I do share my story. So it's a very simple guide to help you rise above your past and thrive in your future. And I wrote it because in my own healing journey, I realized like I wish there was more help out there for survivors that are trying to heal. And people in general, we're all healing from something, right? But I learned through that, the power of sharing your story, like you said, Kaya, owning your truth. I think that's where it really starts, is owning your truth and not being afraid to be vulnerable and share, because I do believe that we have the power to unlock somebody else's prison in sharing our stories.
Yeah. And Kaya, you know, not to get too deep, you know, into your personal business, but I know that, because I know you personally, so I know that you're, you know, overcoming a situation. Talk about starting over and of course, finding you had your voice in that situation, but now you got to start from scratch. So talk about that.
Finding a new voice, I guess. My brother told me best. He said, stop trying to be who you were before and just embrace who you're becoming. And that gave me so much freedom in just letting, you know, the pieces fall wherever they may. So I'm having a good time. It's fun discovering that new voice. But starting over is not fun. If anyone has ever had to do that before in life, it's really scary. It can make you shrink and, you know, get quiet, but it's fun, you know, discovering that voice, because I don't know what tomorrow is going to look like. Today, I'm having a really great time. I'm here with you guys. We were the live squad, so it's a good moment. But you know, so I'm going to embrace, you know, these good moments.
Yeah. So Michelle, for any budding writers or anyone out there that has a story to tell, what advice would you give them on starting? Because I'm one of those people. I've been starting my book for about 3 years now. I've only got like one chapter. But talk about that. You know, what advice can you give to some folks that want to write something?
Yeah, well, first of all, if that's you, that's amazing. I think just acknowledging that we all are capable of, you know, living our dreams and pursuing our dreams. For me, I just started writing. And I know that sounds easier said than done. Like you said, you've been working on your book for a while. But I do believe that every season will bring a different creativity in you. So for me, I gave myself grace. So I started writing, but it took me a couple years until I really came out with my like solid book that I was like, okay, this is it. So not being afraid to kind of reroute and change things up. But I just pulled up Word document, and I just, honestly, I wrote out ideas of chapters, started with the chapters, and then would write from there. And I would just encourage anyone to not be afraid to write from your heart. And it might not sound great right away, you know, just write, let it flow, and let it just come into what it's supposed to be. And believe in what you have to say, because it does matter.
Yeah, and close it out, Kaya. I'll let you, a couple of words. What would you say to encourage some folks that are looking to write as well?
Like Michelle said, just start.
Just start. Okay.
Just start. That's it.
I
Just
love
start.
that. Oh, wow. Well, Kaya Heb and Michelle Valore, thank you so much.
Thank you.
For hanging out with me. Live Squad, make sure you hit them up on social media to grab those books, and don't go anywhere. My girl DJ Honey's going to take us out to commercial break. We'll be right back.
What's your favorite TV show? Autumn Joy Live. What's your
COVID-19 is a severe lung infection. Trust the American Lung Association for science-based public health information, especially for the 36 million Americans who live with lung disease. We have launched the COVID-19 Action Initiative to end COVID-19 and address future respiratory virus pandemics. Access our free lung health resources and see how you can support our initiative.
People tell me how lucky my daughter is to have been adopted. But really, we're the lucky ones. Learn more at adoptuskids.org.
Welcome back, y'all. Okay, so my next guest wears many hats. She's a wife, First Lady to Pastor Dante King, mother, and beauty mogul who has worked with big names, y'all get this, such as Whitney Houston, Hillary Clinton, Kerry Washington, and me, Autumn Joy Live, and of course, so many more. Welcome the owner of Wink and Pout, celebrity makeup artist, Dr. Kim Lee King. Hey, girl. Hi, baby. Welcome. Yes. Oh, my goodness. First of all, I'm a little starstruck because I cannot believe I have the Dr. Kim Lee King here in my studio right now. How are you, my dear?
I'm great. How are you?
I am good. I am so excited to talk to you about your products. But before we dive into that, you wear so many different hats. How do you juggle everything?
You know, I think the most important part of juggling and balance is just not making everybody mad in the same day. But I do think that each day you just have to prioritize and just really just make sure that you are getting things done and very apologetic and just being open to change.
Yeah, I love that. So, you know, you've worked with big names like Whitney Houston and so many people in the industry. How did you start out with makeup? Like, did you just wake up one day and was like, you know what, I love making people look good. I can beat my own face, but I want to do it for other people. So what made you get into it?
No, you know, my story is very different and very unusual. My family owned a salon, so I was in the beauty industry kind of inadvertently. I went to college and was actually in law school.
Wow.
I was at Georgetown Law School, and on the weekends, I would go to my family salon and work. And this one particular weekend, I was at the salon, and there was a bride there, and my cousin asked me to do her makeup, and I did her makeup, and I spun her around to the mirror, and she literally started crying. I was like, oh, my God, I messed that up, right? And actually, it was quite the contrary. She loved her face, and it really was an aha moment for me. And I don't know if you know this host like you named Oprah, but she used to talk about aha moments. And I remember when that show came out, I always said I wanted to have an aha moment about life, like an epiphany when I knew that change had to happen or something had to kind of spark me to do something great. And that was that moment when I spun her around to the mirror. I was like, if I could wake up every day and make women cry, it made me leave law school. So I left law school to do this. I was an original Mac girl back in the day, right? And I started working at the Mac counter, and I used to see my classmates walk past me, and they were getting their power suits, and I was selling makeup, you know, but I was happy, and I was fulfilled. And from there, doors started opening. I ended up doing my first commercial, working at the Mac counter, got a job at BET. So all the shows that people were watching as kids, they would sit in front of the TV and eat cereal, like all of the award shows, all of the, you know, video shows. I was the makeup artist for those shows. So I was lead makeup artist, at BET for 22 years.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's amazing. Congratulations. Y'all give it up. Okay, so before we run out of time, I want to make sure we get into your products.
Yes.
So while we're talking, let's look at some of the products. And, I love the vast variety
Yes.
that you have here. So talk about it. Talk about why you decided to start Wink and Pout.
So I started Wink and Pout because after I was
I'ma just grab stuff.
Oh, absolutely. So after I was in the industry for about 10 or 15 years, I started getting all of these opportunities to speak at conferences. And so I wanted to have an extension of me at that conference. So this is where Wink and Pout was birthed. And so I wanted to come up with something that was fun. I wanted to have something that women could actually create a fast face with a Hollywood finish. I wanted them to live vicariously through my celebrity moments.
Okay.
And so I named the colors really fun names like, In Love with My Ex and...
Not in love with my
I gotta tell you about that one. And Memories
forget
in
him.
Maldives. So I have really, really fun colors and color names like that, and they're all indicative of places I've been, celebrities I've worked on, without saying their name, without indicting them. But it definitely is a story behind the whole brand. But this one particular product that I absolutely love, this is a product that I actually developed myself.
Okay.
During COVID, I saw there was a need and I met the need. This is actually a makeup remover and a pollen remover. So it's really amazing. There's so many people who were having mask need and all these other kind of things during COVID, so I wanted to come up with something. So we actually made this right in my kitchen.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's really incredible. It's all natural, and I love it. So this is actually my baby, my brainchild.
Okay.
So I wanted to just give that shameless plug. But all of my products have been handcrafted.
Yeah,
They've
and what are
been,
these? I was
so
really...
this is our skincare line.
Okay.
So we actually do a skincare line. We have lashes, we have foundations, which my foundations are second to none. They're absolutely beautiful. Of course, I'm wearing my own foundation because right now, the whole, thing with beauty is skin. Everybody wants to look natural. They want to look fresh. And so our foundations are really incredible. They're vitamin E enriched, and they actually feel like second skin on the face. So they're incredible.
And
So,
I'm happy you said that because I'm a texture. Are any of y'all like texture people? I'm sitting here like playing, as you're talking, I'm playing with like the lip gloss and lipstick. And for me, and ladies, I'm sure you can attest to this, with my lip gloss, I don't want it to be too sticky and I don't want it to be too like gritty. And this is perfect. Like it feels very silky and very smooth. So you are very intentional with how you put all this
very
together.
much so. And packaging was important to me. Actually having products that people could afford, that was important to me. Ingredients are important to me because I want people to have things that are going to be healthy for the skin. And so, that's why this brand has been so good for me. And, I'm the first African-American beauty brand to be at MGM, so I'm really excited about that.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Okay, so we got a couple of more minutes.
Yes.
Where can my live squad, get these products? I know you're going to give some stuff away to the audience today.
I do have some giveaways.
Hey,
I have some giveaways. I do.
But for those watching, where can we order and support you?
So they can go to winkandpout.kimlee.com. And if you notice, I'm also a best-selling author.
Yes.
So they can also pick up the book. And I call myself a beauty curator, so I curate beauty from the inside out. So many people want to cover it up instead of clearing it up. So I'm really big about clearing up all of the insecurities that women have. So many women have sat in my chair who are multimillionaires, who have been in front of multiple cameras, like, all kind of blockbusters. And they still have issues internally, so that's what prompted me to write my book called Brain Beauty. And I have some incredible stories in there, so you got to get it. So I have a story in there with me and Angela Bassett. I have a story in there with me and Cicely Tyson, Whitney. So all of these really incredible stories about life change from the inside out, and they're beautiful stories. And I really help women to actually look and feel better. So it's affirmations in there, prayers in there. So it's just incredible.
All right.
It's an incredible read.
Listen, Dr. Kim Lee King, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Live Squad, make sure you go and grab her book, okay? And y'all are going home with Wink and Pout supplies today. Yes. All right. Don't go away. Okay, we got to take a quick break. And my girl DJ Honey's going to vibe out, so don't go anywhere.
We hear the stories of people whose lives have been left hanging by a thread, or whose worlds have been blasted apart. And whether it's care or a community that people need, we're here to help them live a new chapter. Be a lifeline to the most vulnerable.
Sometimes I dream about you falling through the sky. can hardly believe my own
Disasters don't take a break for the holidays. With your help, neither does the Red Cross.
Yes, shout out to my girl DJ Honey, man. She be having us rocking during those commercial breaks. My next guest is no stranger to many, as she is a household name during her tenure of the famed show Family Matters, where she played Laura Winslow. Live Squad, please welcome award-nominated actress Kelly Williams. Hey! I'm good. Oh my God! What? Have a seat. First of all, welcome to my crib. Do you like my
I love
pics?
it. What are you saying? It's totally you.
I gotta get a picture of me and you. I'm gonna put it right there, real big, right?
Don't forget.
I won't. Welcome. Thank you so much for coming out today.
Absolutely.
I mean, first things first, you know, I'm an 80s baby.
Okay.
So, and I'm sure, well, there's like 4 of us in here, you know.
Right.
We're telling our age, okay. But, you know, I can appreciate what you've done for our culture, you know. And I just gotta know, acting, was that on your radar very early, or was that just something that you kind of stumbled into?
Well, I kind of stumbled into it because I was like really shy. That's people never get that. They're like, you're shy, but I was like so shy that my parents like put me into acting theater classes to kind of bring me out before I started school.
Right.
I enjoyed it so much, and the other kids that were in the theater camps,
Yeah.
they were doing it professionally. I decided to do it professionally, and that's how I wound up doing commercials and the show.
Yeah, okay. So when you went in, and I'm sure you can remember as far back as possible, when you went in for that audition, were you nervous, or did you know you just had it in the bag?
You never know you have it in the bag, and you never do.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, there's like talented people all over the world. I mean, I felt confident, and, you know, I had been doing a lot of theater before that here at the Arena Stage, at Howard, different places. So, I mean, I was like, you know, a seasoned performer by the time I auditioned for Family Matters. But, I mean, I had been doing it for a while. So I was confident in my ability, but I wasn't, like, didn't think I had it in the bag.
Really?
At all.
Yeah, okay. So when you got the call, like they were like, hey, you got the part. Like, what was your initial reaction?
Oh, I freaked out. What are you talking about? I was so excited. I mean, I just, you know, by that time I had put my 10,000 hours in. I had been working since I was 4.
Yeah.
So, you know, it was like a long time coming to have that visibility. I just, you know, I was doing local plays and commercials and little movies of the week and stuff like that. But something that was national like this was my first thing. So I was excited.
Yeah, because Family Matters had like a 9-year run. Like it was on for a while. And I remember very vividly, I have 5 brothers and sisters. We would gather around the TV and wait for it to come on. You know, the show intro, of course, we all know the words and all of that to that. But being a part of our culture, you know, being up there with like the Rudy Huxtables of the world, if you will, I mean, that has it really like sunk? Of course it's sunk in, but do you ever like think like, wow, I really was a part of so many people's lives growing up on their television, in their living rooms, you know, Friday nights, you know, weekly. I mean, do you get what I'm saying? Yeah.
Because people always have like a personal story that kind of like really hits home. Like so many times people come up to us and say, you know, this is how I learned how to speak English when I came to this country.
Really?
Or I didn't have any family. Like my parents were gone most of the time, and so this show kind of raised me. So I mean, to really be family to the people who watch the show. Yeah, that's a great feeling. I mean, and you know, when people come up to you, it's like an extended family member because we had a shared experience that we love. We love that we've had that kind of impact on people in their life. In that way, that's how we knew that we made a difference in some people's lives. Because, I mean, they have personal stories about how they made it work for themselves.
Yeah, yeah. And so coming off of the heels of like the Nickelodeon documentary that was like all over social media, you hear so many horror stories about child actors and the things that...
I'm from here.
Yeah, you saw where I was going with that.
Right. My mother's crazy. That's what I said. I was like, what? Not to say I'm not a perfect person. Let me put that out there. But I was like, did I miss out on the child actor experience? Like, where was the drugs? Where was everything?
Not where was the drugs?
No, I'm being very serious. I must have missed it because I was like, I don't even remember it being available to me. It just wasn't there. Maybe we were just too insulated, but that wasn't my experience. Not to say I was a perfect person, but it just was not, it wasn't there for me to be involved in. And like, I think that's the reason that people really love the show, because our adults on that show were very instrumental in our upbringing. Like, they spent a lot of time with us. They didn't care how much money you were making or who you, Urkel, you, Lord, listen, pick that trash up, do this, do what I tell you to do. And our parents left us in their care. So it was a real family. I think that's what the people picked up on too.
Yeah, I definitely did. I'm sure you all did as well. I mean, you could just tell the synergy, the energy was there because you all just gelled so well. And I'm sure do people still crack jokes about you being Steve Urkel's love interest and all that?
Always. Always. I'll always be Laura. I love it though.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
I love that I had that kind of real intimate relationship with the people who watch the show. It means a lot to us.
Yeah. And, to segue over, a lot of people don't know that you've done some films. You did the Christmas in Carolina, where you shared the screen with your brother, Darius McCurry. Yeah. Also in the mix with Usher. That was one of my favorite movies. So making that transition from television into movies, how was that?
It was hard. I think I even had like a little. I really had a hard time transitioning into adult acting because you just are so used to having a schedule from the time I was like 4 years old. So having that much free time to not have like a job to go into, it was weird for me. So I mean, I loved being able to show up and do different other parts, but like it was an interesting transition.
Yeah.
But I mean, I love working and love other sets and doing other things.
Yeah. And a lot of people may not realize this, but she played Tonisa Welch's mom. Yes, in the First Lady of
somebody's
BMF.
mother now.
In the First Lady of BMF.
I did.
Yeah, that was, and they were NCAA award nominated as well.
And please, have you had Tressa on here?
Well, she's my boyfriend's cousin, so very familiar with Tressa, yeah.
She is doing such big things in this area. She's doing a lot of great work. You guys, she's like really a boss lady.
Yeah.
Like they say on the Steve Harvey Show.
Yeah. So being on the set with that and playing that role, because you did a very good job and a very convincing job of being like a very caring, loving mother, going at her about what she was doing. Well, the dad was a little bit more, but you were, I won't say coddling her, but that's your baby, you know, and you were letting her make her own decisions. So how much of that did you pull from your real life?
All of it. Because, I mean, like when you're performing, you want it to be connected to something real. I mean, this is, that movie, that girl must have been hell on wheels for them parents.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I wanted it to be accurate because the mama was good and churchy, baby. And she was just trying to get that baby out of the drama. The girl was like, she was fascinated by the fast life.
Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously I pulled on the hopes and dreams that I have for my own children.
And last but not least, because a lot of us were shocked when the little sister from Family Matters just kind of disappeared. Did you all know that, or did you all just show up to set one day and she was gone as well, like shocked like us?
The sister disappeared, the mama disappeared. We were all shocked.
Yeah, that was so crazy.
That show that had no job security.
No job security. But it was like, what in the world? Okay, so that was like the one question. I was like, I want to ask her if she was just as shocked as the audience with that.
We were very shocked.
Okay.
Very shocked.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, it's a family. You just can't, people just don't, they come up missing on the show. So we were looking like, where am I next?
Yeah.
Scotty done beamed up, or what happened?
Well, they said it was something about budgets, but we'll leave the past in the past.
Right.
Oh my goodness. Kelly Williams, thank you so much for hanging out with me
and I do have to say that from the moment I met you, you are so lovely. You are awesome. Thank you so much, Autumn.
Thank you so much. Oh, you guys. Okay, well, all right. Well, thank you all so much. Wow, that was such an amazing compliment. Thank you. Oh, wow. I want to thank all of my guests for coming in today. My girl, Michelle Valore, Kaya Heb, Kim Lee King, and of course, my girl, Kelly Williams, and the Crab King. Now look, if you would like to be a part of my live squad in studio audience, just go to my website. It's real easy at autumnjoy.com, all right? I will see you all next episode. And thank you to my girl, DJ
I love it when she be singing. She know how to make me laugh, she know how to make me listen. From beginning to the end, I be really tuned in. If I miss a little bit, I tell them rerun it again. Oh, it's the Autumn Joy Live Show where everybody's welcome. Still on the radio, but now she got a TV show. It's the Autumn Joy Live Show, Autumn Joy Live. It's the Autumn Joy Live Show, Autumn Joy Live. It's the Autumn Joy Live Show, Autumn Joy Live. It's the Autumn Joy Live Show, Autumn Joy Live. What's your favorite TV show? Autumn Joy Live. What's your favorite?